Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for here. I'm Sara Ranzini. I'm the Communication and Events Director, and I'm trying to be very focused on what we are going to speak about, communication and how we can work together. I know you are very tired. It was a long day, but I will try to focus on the key messages that we want to share with you today. So let's start from what we see today. And as you see, we're speaking about a lot of content about the theme and the importance of what we are speaking about and how we can work together on the pavilion and on the content. So and this is the content also of the communication. We can consider communication a journey, and I hope that at the end of the communication, this journey could be a common journey. So we're speaking about the theme and the thematic areas with Matteo and also with the video of all the curators of the site. That will be content, that will be a story to tell to everybody. We speak about the engagement, the participation. So it's something that you will see during the presentation of some communication. We need you in order to create a communication plan. We need your stories. We need the story about your pavilion. We need your engagement in order to create a common communication plan. We're speaking about visitor experience and the big challenge that Expo has in this moment to work both online and offline. So the visitor is a different visitor, and we want to engage also viral visitors. So we need to start speaking about internet and the content on the internet by today. And we're speaking about also Cyber Expo. But when we're speaking about communication first, we need to understand who is our target, and we will speak a lot about inclusivity. But let's start from first values. I have the opportunity to work in my career in a big brands company, and when you're speaking about communication and you're speaking about targets, you speak a lot about values. So when we refer to Expo, we need to think about the opportunity to involve our target according to great values. People, mostly in the crisis moment, look for values, look for great messages, and I think that the theme that we have in this moment is very strong. So we can speak about inclusiveness, we can speak about innovation, we can speak about also sustainability, engagement, and passion. But as you can imagine, these are common values that we have to share first in order to communicate in the same way, in the consistent way during our journey. Our objectives are first to involve Milan, but as we heard in these days, is also to involve Italy. We will see together how to do this through an Expo tour that will be the icon of our communication. We need also to think about how to involve worldwide people. And so we will need you in order to involve these people, and we will see also how we are working together in order to involve all of you. But we can do this without the involvement of this institution and the government. So we need the collaboration of all the institutions and all these targets in order to do a plan. But the big challenge, as I told you before, is to work on inclusivity. What we would like to do is to start today a journey and involve our active target off and online from today. They will be participants and they will be protagonists from now till the 6 months events in the site, because if they build and they are part of this, they will be engaged and they participate in our voyage. We also identify 3 areas where we want to work, like young people and women and scientists. We will see some specific projects on these, and also you can work on this according also to your interest, your target, and how you can support in your countries, in your organization, in your partner in order to do these activities. Let's start to see how we can work. One of the key messages that we see today, also my colleague Gloria before presented you, is the sustainability. All the Expo 2015 events are sustainable, and there is some guidelines that we are covering. What we would like to do is to, and you will see how we can create guidelines and how we can share these guidelines, it's to work on some sustainable guidelines and environment guidelines. So in order to, of course, create best practices and also be benchmark for the future events. The other, as I told you before, this is a journey. So we are working on 3 different moments. The first, as I told you before, is in inclusivity. So we start a dialogue with all our targets and we work with them in order to create a conversation, make people understand what is Expo. The second area, the second step of the journey is to become more reliable or recognizable. So we start to tell the story, and then we have to put again content to be recognized all over the world. And then, of course, we need to promote and make people participate to our Expo. The tools, all of you, I'm not here to make you a lesson about communication, but tell you which are the main tools in which we are working. So we have media relation, and then we will see in details how we can work on this. This will be a day-by-day activities because this makes us the opportunity to segmentate our target with different message, but also consistent message all over the world. We will work on project events. The digital world in this moment make also understand, make also underline the fact that there is also a big need of meeting people to stay together. So you will see how much this is, the offline event is very important to make the story to tell. And the third point is also the advertising campaign that will be targeting to promoting the event. Let's start from media relation. And as I told you before, media relation can help us to segmentate the messages. So we would like to create and develop a press conference in a specific location according to different events and with the principal newspaper. But what we would like to do is also to create two big events. One is an annual convention in Italy for foreign journalists, and the other one is an international communication board. We would like to create, and we will see in details when we're speaking about guidelines how to work together, a team of people that work all together on communication.